Go and head on to Dartmoor itself. Have a nice easy ride, taking the views. Maybe chat about life. Oh, I got my lens cover on. Look at that, isn't that lovely? Lovely, lovely. Yeah. Take it easy, man. It's a bit slippery out here. Yeah, hey. Oh shit. So I'm going to show you why. It's got a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, so anyway, forces you to enjoy the views. All the animals, as in the sheep, the cattle, and the ponies, are all pretty wild. They're just, you know, they can be on the road. They can pretty much be anywhere they want. So the speed limit here is for a very good reason. Those tours up there are great fun for messing around climbing on. I'm gonna head for Princetown for some lunch, and it's in the direction of that radio mast over there. I like climbing. I'm not particularly any good at it, but I've been doing it. Well, I started when I was about 50, and I just do it because I enjoy it. So I'm never going to be an expert. It's pointless pushing myself at my age, because every time I do it, I get injured, and then you're out of it for 6 months. But climbing is just one of those things you can get away from. Get away from everything, and it's like a form of physical meditation. You know, all you're thinking about is the next move you're going to make and what safety measures you need to have in place. And you know, if you get up into the mountains, you go places where walkers don't go, and you can just, with the experience, you can just really be off the beaten track, and that's what I love. So yeah, climbing is a little bit wild. Now I've got a bike. You know, you can be as wild as you want on a bike. There you are. I told you, look, I just walk in the middle of the road. Go on, you take your time, mate. And but it just gives you that sense of freedom, and that's what I'm searching for. I mean, we were lucky in the Western world that we haven't got too many restrictions. You know, we're pretty much free to do what we want. But I think the biggest thing that stops you from feeling free is yourself. And that normally comes from fear. I mean, I've normally travelled the world, you know, with partners. I've never actually done it on my own. So this is a good opportunity. So I'm going to be a little bit fearful, but I've got to do it. And I'm going to do it. So I'm going to start off in Spain, do the tech trails. There's thousands of miles of them, so I'm going to do that this year. And then I think my current girlfriend, she likes the idea of getting a bike herself, and then do a tour of Morocco. I mean, I work all year round doing the landscaping and decorating, and it's nice to take 2 months off a year to go well, to do this type of thing and get away for the winter. So Morocco sounds like a great place to go that time of year. I mean, hopefully, I doubt it very much, but I'm not worried. I'm gonna enjoy taking videos of what I get up to. It's something for me to look back on when I'm too old to do bloody anything. Hopefully that won't materialise. And but if I get a successful channel, then fantastic. I mean, it'd be great to retire at some point and do some really long distance. I'd love to ride to the Himalayas and do the Himalayas. That'd be a super. It'd be fantastic to do what Itchy Boots tried to do, and there's somebody else I know personally that done it, and they went from Paraguay to Patagonia, I mean Patagonia to as far north as they can go, you know, Alaska, you know, things like that. You know, I would like to try that, but early stages. I got a lot to learn about videoing and editing, what makes good content, what doesn't, but I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody else. So if I swear, I swear. And talking about adventures and things like that, I heard recently, a few months ago, Jordan Peterson saying the biggest adventure you can have is speaking the truth. And that was a massive statement. I mean, I really believe in telling the truth, whether it's your governments or if you're talking to your children. You know, it's very difficult, because if you're sensitive like me and a bit of a empath, you don't like hurting people's feelings. But you know, if you're with just one person, you sort of know them. In a way, you know what would upset them and what wouldn't. But the more people, if you were with 10 people, there's a chance that you're going to upset one person by speaking your mind. If there's 100, 1,000, well, it just goes up and up and up. But that's life, and you know, I've learned that people who can get upset quickly, they have issues that they have to deal with, and it's everyone's responsibility for their own feelings. You know, if somebody says something and upsets you, it's not, most of the time it's not about what the person said, it's about how you're taking it. So the responsibility is on you. So you know, so I've got a little bit tougher with people, which means I want to speak my mind, and that is part of freedom. Feeling free to speak your mind. Bloody hell, can you imagine if, I don't know, you weren't allowed to speak your mind, like has happened in the past in certain countries. I don't want to live in a place like that. And you can lock me in a prison, and there's a nice one here, it's called Dartmoor prison. Oh, I don't know if it's nice. Bloody hell, these traffic lights are being a while, aren't they? So yeah, freedom of speech is, I really believe in. I'd rather know, if you say you had very strong right-wing views, or very strong left-wing views, because both can be as bad as one another. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'd rather know than you pretend to be something else, but underneath you're something else, you know. That could be scary or lurking. Ooh. So yeah, I think freedom of speech is important for a lot of things. Alright, off we go. But this is Princetown. It's no wonder it wasn't called Pretty Town. But it is pretty, the actual area that it's situated in, and that's Dartmoor. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. That was a book written by Susan Jeffers, and I'll tell you what, I reckon everyone needs to read that. It's quite old now, 30-something years old. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. And that's how I'm going to lead the rest of my life. Now it looks like these chaps are stopping for a cuppa and something to eat as well. Maybe. All nice and shiny bikes. And I turn up in this nice and filthy. That was a nice lunch. Let's head back through Dartmoor and head home. Thought I'd take a little detour and go around Barratall Reservoir. You can even get ice creams down here on a good day. Yeah, looks like it's a good day. There we go. Oh, it's fantastic in the spring here. So many bluebells, and I do love bluebells. I actually like gorse as well in the spring. It's like it's this real sign of spring. It means that days are getting longer and the chance of warmer, drier weather is coming. But bluebells are great to photograph as well. There's a Dartmoor pony. Hello matey Pips. And there's another one. And another one. Oh, you don't like the sound of motorbikes, that one? Oh, there's very few off-road tracks I can go on Dartmoor. It's all footpaths, which is great for hikers, which I used to be, but not so good if you want to have fun on a motorbike. I've noticed that only, you know, like now, people might give you, you know, might look at you because you're riding a motorbike, but they sort of look with a bit more amazement now, because you've got some bloody thing strapped to your chin. I'm trying to work out what it is. And when they work out what it is, I wonder if they're thinking, oh, is he taking a picture of me? Well, it's been a nice little circular route. So I started up in Saltash. Went through the middle of Dartmoor, excuse me, and then back through Plymouth, which is where we're going now, and then back across the Tamar Bridge. There's going to be more exciting things on the cards. It does say 60, doesn't it? Well, it's been a pleasant, easy day for me. Thanks for joining me. I hope the adventures will be far more exciting and interesting and educational and humorous. That's a problem with red lights, they make you stop, don't they? I prefer the green ones. And the trouble with life is, if you want it to get better, you got to make it better. Don't rely on nobody. Yeah, these are things I'm learning. Took me a while. Is that when you think you've learned everything you need to know is just before you die? It'd be pretty sad if it is. But there again, I think the biggest thing about life is to keep on learning. Keep on bettering yourself. Don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, as Jordan Peterson says, and it is bloody right. It's difficult not to compare yourself against somebody else, but you do far better if you look back and think, I'm better than I was then. Fuck anyone else. That way you can be satisfied, contented with yourself. Right, coming up to the Darmoor Bridge. Guess what? It's a bridge. And it goes over the River Darmoor. But the bike sound is good in here, doesn't it? Anyway, that's it for another day, and see what tomorrow brings. Oh yeah, I'm popping up to London, and from here Plymouth, I don't know, it's a few hundred miles, and so look at my hair, oh my god, look like a right plonker. Thanks for watching.